Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Saturday afternoon out here in Appalachia, and it's a hot one. April 85, like yesterday, and storm's on its way. I know it's going through Tennessee right now, but I wanted to get some things done. This time of year is, and they weren't bad last year, but it's Carpenter bees, and I didn't know anything about them until I got out here a couple years ago. That Carpenter bees will dig about a 3/8 inch hole into wood. The males will. The males are big, fat little guys, big fat ones, but they don't have a stinger. They make a lot of noise. And they buzz around and they'll drill a hole into wood, such as the pine that these cabins are made out of. And I watch them drill, and they're just an absolute machine. 3/8 inch hole, bzzz, and then they start making channels like ants do. It's very interesting. And so the males will do that, and then the females will come along and they'll go inside the channels and lay their eggs. And they can make a lot of channels, and a lot of females will go in. And guys got videos of this stuff on YouTube. That's how I learned about it a couple years ago after I saw them and heard about them. But what's really bad is then the woodpeckers will sense the larvae after the eggs hatch, and the woodpeckers will come along and they'll just destroy the wood, trying to go into the wood to get the larvae. So, and we got a lot of woodpeckers out here, big ones and small ones, because I see them all the time. So what we do, there's a couple things people do. One is to spray. There's a chemical that's made similar to the chrysanthemum plant. If it's artificial and toxic, of course, but people spray their whole cabin, the whole outside of their cabin. I did that the first year I was here. It was nasty stuff, and I don't particularly like doing that. So the other alternative is to make a traps, and I put these all around the house. So this is a 4x4 block of treated pine, and you drill a hole, a 3/4 inch hole up through the center, and then these 4 holes are at an angle going up into, and they meet the big hole in the middle here. And then you put the mason jar on the bottom, and the hole that you drilled in is down there, and you hang these up, and the bees will go up into the hole. They're opportunistic, so they'll see this and they'll be attracted to it. They'll go up into the hole. They don't have to drill their own hole, and then they'll go down, and they'll go down into the jar and get trapped in the jar. Now, what I have seen some people do, and I forgot to do this today, I just remembered it as I was speaking just now, is they'll put water in here so that they'll drown in there. So there's a bee in here from last year. I got some of these got 4 or 5 bees in them, and they've only been up for 2 years. So I put 4 more up today in some key spots because they're just hanging around the house, and I want to trap as many as I can, give them an opportunity to find this so that they don't drill into my house. So it's one of the challenges of living out in the woods, is trying to live with Mother Nature, but still not let Mother Nature take over. There's a balancing act there, and trying to cooperate with Mother Nature. Even though it is a sort of conflict where the bee is attacking your home, for me, I just didn't like the spraying idea. There's a guy that comes around, people hire him to spray their homes, and he'll come out twice a year, but I just don't want the toxicity around either me or the rest of the land, this sacred land that I'm on. So I opted for these. I made a lot of them 2 years ago, and then, like I said, last year we didn't have very many. I didn't see them, so this year I decided to do 4 more. But what it made me think about while I was doing that was how do we handle conflict? since this is a form of conflict, with my home being possibly attacked, how do we handle conflict? And it's a good thought for every day, when whether you're going to work, or you're going to the store, or anywhere that you're around people, especially, is how do we handle conflict? Peace, and try to do it peacefully is the goal. I know that in the current job that I'm doing Monday through Friday, I'm trying to be very conscious about how I'm interacting with my colleagues. And it's not always easy, because we all see things differently. But the goal is to handle conflict with grace, I believe. And that takes a lot of effort, especially in the beginning. It's something we have to practice. And again, it's something that we have to be very conscious about, very deliberate about. But each of us can do that and help to make the world a better place. One of the other things that I was thinking about while I was doing this was how important I think it is for men to be able to work with their hands. This includes in the bedroom, but to be able to do carpentry and little things and plumbing and electric, and shoveling snow and all those little things that we have to do. It's important that we at least try to do it, because the worst thing that can happen is that we don't like the result, and so we try again. So when I built these 2 years ago, and then I decided today to build some more, I had to remember what I did. And fortunately, there's YouTube videos. So I went into my history and found one that I had watched, just to remember how big these holes were. And that took all of about 3 minutes to go through this one video, and then I popped out 4 of these in about an hour. But there's things that we have to do. We have to try and not be afraid to fail. And even whether they're little things or big things, I've got some big things around here that I still have to do, and I have to try. I have to give it a try and do the best I can. And worst comes to worst, I hire somebody to come fix it. Okay, but we have to try. We can't be afraid to fail, especially when it's something seriously. It's a piece of wood in a mason jar. Okay, so we have to try, just like we have to try to cooperate and handle conflict with grace. And sometimes we're going to handle conflict and we're not going to be so graceful, and we're going to fail. We're not going to like the result. And you know what we do? We have to try again. We have to try again, and we have to keep trying. And don't give up on yourself. Don't be afraid to try. As Wayne Dyer used to say, there's no such thing as success and fail. There's only results. Sometimes we like them, sometimes we don't. If we don't like them, let's try again. Okay? So that's the message that came through today. Now I'm going to go cool off. I wish I had a pool right now to jump into, or a lake, but I don't. So we're going to cool off a little here. Storm's coming. It's going to be a wild night. And tomorrow we'll be able to just relax and watch it rain. So until next time, I got another video coming out in my Healing the Divine Masculine series. I got to finish it tomorrow. It's the most challenging video of the series for me, and I'll explain why in the video. So until next time, cosmic energy, earth energy, heart energy. Send loving heart energy out to all beings, all dimensions, all timelines, all realities. May this day be filled with compassion, loving kindness, and courage. Don't forget to open up that heart. Just open up the heart. Just once a day. That's all you got to do. Open up the heart. With loving kindness. Till next time. Bye now.